Today, 104.1, it is the Jimmy Nath Show with Emma for a Wednesday. No Jim today, but Em, you and I are about to get someone very important on the show.
We are. Get the round of applause ready, Nath, for the 47th Premier of New South Wales and member for Cogra. He's a proud Labor man. It's Chris Minns.
Minzy!
Hey, Nath. Hey, Emma. How you going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Minzy, it's good to have you back on. Hear your beautiful voice, mate. How are you after Magic Round? Do you watch much footy over the weekend?
I did actually. I watched heaps. Yeah. That was fantastic. all those penalties at the end of the Storm game was a bit of a shocker, but
I just felt my favourite is when all the coaches try and be very well behaved afterwards and try not to have a go at the refs, Minzy. It's one of my favourite things.
It was amazing. I just thought bellyache would explode at the end of that game, but he seemed to keep it under wraps. But I thought the Storm were a bit unlucky. I was hoping they'd get up.
Yeah, me too, absolutely. Well, I mean, Minzy, let's talk about somebody who did get up. Albo, our Prime Minister.
He stayed up.
Stayed up. He was up and kept going up, absolutely dominated Labor in a landslide victory. What does that mean for you guys, and what does that mean for New South Wales with Labor?
Not much, really, unfortunately. Over the weekend, quite a few people came up to me and congratulated me, and I thought, well, I didn't really have anything to do with it. But no, it's good for obviously federal Labor and the Prime Minister. I thought it was a shellacking.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that big, but clearly everybody moved in the same direction. And, he campaigned fantastically too.
I read an interesting fact about you, Premier. You don't drink. So how do you celebrate when Labor wins the election?
3 years I've been off it. I don't know. What they say, you lose your Friday nights, but you get your Saturday mornings back. So
there you go.
This is true.
Early and
went on a brisk walk.
Yeah, went for a brisk walk. I've been having. I won't tell you the brand. Yeah, I've got a low cal soda thing that I drink. It's pretty boring, Emma. So I don't have good chat on that.
Do you know what? That's okay. I was pregnant a couple of years ago, and I've got to say the mocktail game. If you're not into it, get into the mocktails because they're so much better than they used to be. It actually tastes like there's booze in
Minzy.
it.
I'm going to inspire a wave of alcoholics on the basis of my recommendation. That sounds so boring. I'm telling you, it's life-changing.
Well, St George Motorboat Club, they do very good mocktails. Been there a couple of times. Very good. Around your area, Minzy, which is good.
No, I know. I love it. It's a good spot.
Hey, Minzy, I wanted to talk about something that happened on this very show with regards to the federal election. I don't know if this came across your desk, but we had Joe Exotic on the show. You know who Joe Exotic is? The Tiger King. He's in jail for 22 years. You heard of him?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, absolutely.
So we had him on the show, and he's looking for a pardon from Donald Trump, and he was hoping that the incumbent Prime Minister could potentially help, and he actually gave Albo an endorsement. Have a listen to this.
Everybody, this is Joe Exotic, and I want you to vote for Anthony Albanese to be Prime Minister of Australia.
Now, we thought this was just a funny thing that happened in our chat. It ended up going nuts.
It went crazy.
Albo was confronted at the National Press Club. It was all over the news. Did you see this? And do you think an endorsement from Joe Exotic would have helped his numbers?
Well, if you're going to get endorsed by an accused murderer, it may as well be Joe Exotic.
Well, this is what I thought. Maybe we could throw it to you. I mean, if you could pick a Netflix murderer to endorse your next campaign, would you go with the Menendez brothers?
Oh, they're pretty popular.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. Do we do an Anna Delvey? You know, she only went to jail for a little bit.
She didn't kill anyone.
She didn't kill anybody.
Maybe the who was the fake cancer survivor? Maybe
Belle
maybe that'd be
Gibson.
Belle
Yes,
Gibson.
Yeah.
he's watched his apple cider vinegar. I know
I
who
did.
he's
I
talking
watched
about.
it. I watched it. I binged the entire thing.
Okay, all right.
I
Look,
love how much TV you've been watching.
so it's because he doesn't drink, so he can stay up longer.
True.
All right, we'll track her down for you, Minzy, for the next campaign.
Actually, no, we're relying on that endorsement. That's very important.
Hey, Minzy, we've got to talk about this Trump film tariff. Now, I don't really understand, but I know the United States, they're looking to impose a 100% import tariff on all the films produced outside its borders, which is going to drastically impact Australia and Sydney. So how is this going to hurt our film and television industry?
At the moment, we're not clear how it will apply. He said 100% tariff on films not filmed in the United States. It's very unclear, and it's only happened off the back of a meeting that he had with the old actor John Voight who you'll remember from that Seinfeld episode.
That's
in
right.
any event, it's not good for our industry, and you'd appreciate that this is a big part of the New South Wales economy. We've filmed some big international films in the last 24 months, and we've just started to get on a roll, actually, with The Fall Guy and that Brian Brown, Sydney Sweeney movie.
Yeah, Anyone But You.
Speaking more generally about trade, Australia is a trading nation. We don't have barriers to entry. We compete with the rest of the world, and you can sell your goods into Australia. And this is a big deal, not just for the film industry, but also the aluminium industry, the steel industry. The big beneficiaries from free trade since the Second World War have been the United States.
Yeah.
They're the richest country in the history of the world precisely because they have access to people's markets. So this is bad for them as well, and I'm hoping common sense prevails.
Absolutely. Hey, Minzy, another thing that we love about you on this show is how much you do support the arts within New South Wales and within Sydney. And, this $20,000 bid to aid musos in New South Wales, I think this is a phenomenal thing that you're doing. Can you explain this to us?
Yeah, what we're doing is when you've got the big international artists that come through, whether they play at Allianz or out at Homebush, what has happened in the past is there's been an Australian act that's co-headlined or has been the opening act. And this has been part and parcel of Cold Chisel's rise, and Hoodoo Gurus and AC/DC were part of the bills for travelling bands. But it's disappeared as a feature in recent years. We're going to give a discount to these big international artists that come to Sydney. They put an Australian act on the bill. They get a massive discount if they want to play at one of our big stadiums.
Well, Dua Lipa did that with Keita Alexander recently.
Yeah.
Because Taylor came out with Sabrina last year.
And look at her career now.
Yeah, but I think it's really, really important when people are touring here to highlight the Australian music industry and the talent that we have here. So it's great.
Absolutely.
And good things happen too. I mean, oftentimes you'll see that the touring act in Australia gets picked up to do the US leg as a result.
Yes.
All Australian artists need is a bit of exposure. That's it.
Absolutely. Minzy, Premier Minz, thank you so much for that. We will work on that endorsement from Belle Gibson to hopefully lock you in for the next few years. We appreciate you coming on the show, mate. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, guys. See ya.